I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes this tongue can be betraying. And if I'm wrong, yeah, is that such a crime? Till hope is gone, you won't see me killing time. Help me, I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome to another bloody, horrible, terrible episode of The Apocalypse. Congratulations, by the way, for choosing the apocalypse. Not the wisest of choices, but a choice none the bloody less. Therefore, your path is marked, lest you turn away. Set out in advance before you, via your choices in life. It doesn't matter how much money you've accumulated, how many cars, how many mistresses and wives, how big your bank account is. The question that your mortal soul depends on is, do you have your name on the Antichrist? That is the only question that matters. I suggest you address it right quick. I forgot. And since you have unwisely chosen the apocalypse, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide, Nicholas. So good to see you again. Now let's start this piece of shit. Somehow this got slipped in here. I don't even know how this happened. Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know how the fuck that got in there. It just, slipped in magically. I don't know. Somehow. I don't fucking know. Let me make this a little brighter. Makes it more exciting. So to start the day off, what I saw first, a desperate Trump begs his supporters in Congress to distract from the Epstein files. Okay, this is from last night, something I was talking about. Donnie did an event later on in the day. And I explained to you how he was basically flat out instructing the audience right on camera in front of everyone, something you're supposed to say behind closed doors in a more discreet time when things were different, before the fall of your nation. But now we're in the fall of your nation. So the criminal in charge, the convicted felon, he just says this shit out loud. Like he just commits crimes on camera. Remember, Russia, if you're listening, he should have been thrown out of the election just for that. If you're a real American, if you're a real patriot, if you down with the Constitution. If you not, then this guy's your guy, obviously. So a little more context, because I didn't have the full quote. I had a piece of it. Every time they give you a question that is not appropriate, we know exactly what that fucking means. Just say Obama cheated on the election. Cheated on the election, huh? Like he was going out with it and shit. He's instructing them to lie for him, pure panic. That's the commenter saying that, the person that posted it. This is the monster, Donnie, and how he looked when he was saying that to the audience. The spirit's really eating him alive. It did the same thing to Hitler. The same spirit. Spirit of the Antichrist. Spirit of the devil. The devil's right-hand motherfucker on earth. Who he chose. Just like Adolf. Really, I can see it coming out the pores now. Donnie has the full spirit and it's eating him alive. So one more time, every time they give you a question that's inappropriate, that's equivalent to anytime they bring up Epstein and me, the orange diapered menace, just talk about Obama, talk about the black guy. That's been the only fucking strategy since for 10 years. That's what you people gave your country to. Someone who every time he gets in trouble, he brings up the black guy. And you people are cool with that because you hate the black guy. That's why your country's over, son. I promise you, that this isn't just someone on camera saying your country's over. It's fucking over. And it's been. It ain't new. You did that. Pat yourself on the back. You did a lot more. You ushered in the end of everything via the evil that is within you. Donnie is the expression of that evil that's in you, by the way. So Donnie literally instructing a crowd on camera because he's that crooked, he doesn't even try and hide it. Anytime they bring up anytime they bring up Epstein and me, just say Obama. To say the black guy, the rubes, they'll fall right in fucking line. Right in line. For 10 years. Like good little fucking lemmings. It's a shame that you let that hate steal your country from you. Steal your logic from you because your children's future is gone as well. And I take no pleasure in saying that. As you know, it's not like how you take pleasure in voting for an orange maniac who wants to persecute, hurt people, be cruel, lock them up, punish them. The people you don't like. You are his hand and he is yours. Unbelievable that the man, how many theses have we gotten from him where, stop talking about Epstein, talk about something else. And then we get him in front of a crowd literally saying, anytime they bring up Epstein and me, just, you know what to do, bring up the black guy. It's worked for 10 years. Those rubes gave us all their money. They gave us their country. I'm looting the motherfucker. It's great. They'll do it again. All the way to the fucking abyss. That's what Donnie knows about you. I know it as well. I've known it for 10 years. It was quite a shock at first to realize how many of you there are. It's no longer shocking. I should have expected it. With my experience on this shite earth. Why wouldn't it go this way? Why wouldn't the lemmings just fucking hand it over to a fucking $3 used car salesman con man? Oh, that's right. They saw him on TV. And he said you're fired to people. So that means he was a success, right? No, he was a daddy's boy. Inherited every dollar he ever had. Now he's grifting the rest off of you. And Thale, my God, what he's given him, what Thale has gotten out of your government over the years. Leon, pure welfare queens, and I'll get to that later. My God, and you all, again, you clapped for it like seals till we're here now where the empire is crumbling by the day, every single day, and that's intentional. And again, I know you've heard a million pundits, seen a million motherfuckers. I'll be honest with you, I'm tired as fuck. I'd rather be sleeping right now. Yet I'm talking to you on here. And no, it doesn't pay my fucking bills, son. I get a little bit of lunch money out of it here and there. Wow, I've hit fucking pay dirt. So that ain't why I'm here either, son. Not in the fucking slightest. I'm here for another reason. 'Cause it's all over. And I ain't just saying that because some guy won that I don't like. I ain't you people. I wouldn't lose sleep over that. Fuck no. But I am. Why? Because every day I see it slipping away more and more. And this time, son, it's real. There's no democratic savior coming to clean up the mess the children left. That's over. Never gonna fucking happen. We gotta ride this Reich wave out because the rubes wanted to. And the rich at the top, of course. And it's gonna be fucking horrific, as if it hasn't been already, my God. They got you fucking fools clapping for concentration camps in your own country. You might as well be apes, son. Clapping for your own fucking demise, as if those camps will only be for foreigners. That's what fucking Adolf Hitler said. You fucking morons. Clapping like fucking monkeys. Not all of you. I'm not talking about all of you. Don't worry. I know who's who. Don't worry. I know who's responsible and who's not. Oh, this is convenient. Judge denies request to unseal Epstein grand jury transcripts in Florida. Well, I don't know. A couple months ago, they were already on Bondi's desk. How did the judge get them all of a sudden? How the fuck did that happen? That's a fuck of a magic trick, son. What is Bondi got a little hat and she put him in and she waved the wand over it? Do you think we're fucking stupid? Oh my God. You think this is gonna work? Some judge saying I ain't gonna release it. That's real motherfucking convenient. I think this was in Florida too. I don't know where this judge is from, but Florida's used to covering for Epstein. That's where Bondi came from. That's where Acosta came from. That's where Donnie comes from now. Yeah, so a judge saying they're not going to release it, that doesn't make this go away in the fucking slightest. It just makes it worse. That's really convenient. They went from Bondi's desk magically to a judge. Judge says no. Donnie don't have to worry about it now. Very, very convenient. What a fucking sideshow this has been. And this is off topic. This is when people try and comment on something that they're really not into as if they were into it. We've all maybe done it in our life, but some people, some douchebags really do it more than others. This is Andrew Yang, who I used to have respect for, but then he showed me all he wanted was power by certain moves he made. So I have no respect for Andrew Yang anymore. He had one good idea, universal basic income. Donnie stole that idea when he sent you $1,200 checks or $1,000, 12, whatever they were. They were like the literal amount Yang was proposing per month. Literally, they stole that idea from Andrew when they sent those checks out. I couldn't believe it. Because if Andrew was running and he was proposing sending you a $1,200 check, you know what you would say, Rubes? That's socialism. Some black people might get checks. I can't have that. That's what you would say. But when Donnie gave out the checks, oh, I'm cashing that socialism, baby. In a New York minute. And the farmers, too, when they took their bailouts. I watched the guy on camera talk about taking his bailout. And I guarantee he voted for Donnie. And he was one of the ones that preached anti-socialism. Yet when his farm was going under because of the Antichrist, he put his hand right out to the government. And that's what every one of you lying hypocrites would do if your house blew down tomorrow. If you had a real problem, if your business was going under, you'd put your hand right out to the motherfucking government, even though you preaching that anti-socialism gospel every fucking day. That means, son, you believe in nothing. That's what that means. And boy, Republican congressmen and senators, they were first in line for all that PPP money. Did you notice that? I sure as fuck did. It was basically a slush fund for Donnie, his buddies, and every Republican congressman and senator in office at the time. Damn near. You want to talk about fucking fraud? Oh my God. Oh, and they never paid that money back either. That's called socialism, son. Hypocrite. Believer in nothing. Everybody, everyone's anti-socialist till their fucking house blows down or their business is going under or their trading firm or their bank. So anyway, how the fuck did I get on all that? Oh yeah, Andrew Yang with the universal basic income idea. The Antichrist will never do that, by the way. He would steal every dollar before he shared any of it with you, and he's doing that. So Mr. Yang said, "Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, a true American original." Ozzy was not American. Even a casual fan would know that. So obviously, Mr. Yang isn't even a casual fan. He just figured he'd pile on, he'd jump on the band. Everyone loves Ozzy. Let me say something about him. Then he altered it later to this. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, a true original and pioneer. And this is what that looks like. Yeah, if you don't know about something, I know it's pop culture or whatever, and, you want to put the comment out to get the clicks and views and the attention, because Mr. Yang is a political figure trying to get somewhere in the political world. Maybe you shouldn't comment and you make yourself look like a bigger fucking fool. Wait till, I don't know what kind of music you're in. Wait till some jazz singer dies or something and comment on that. Whatever you like, Mr. Yang. Oh, here's a flat out picture of Epstein going to Donnie's wedding. Are you ready, Rubes? Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Yeah, so when people say Donnie and Jeffy were best friends and they always hung out, and when you hear the letter about, what were the phrases again? Enigmas never age, and another wonderful secret. So when they say they're best friends, you already should have known by the footage of them at Mar-a-Lago with a circle of women pointing at them, laughing, which one they're going to victimize later. That should have been enough for you, but Epstein at, Donnie's wedding. I know, Obama drove him there and made him go in. He wasn't really invited, right? Or Joe Biden drove him there. Or Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton, right? Rubes? No. Donnie invited him. Epstein attended Trump's wedding in 1993. Wonder what kind of wedding card Epstein made for Trump. Indeed, I wonder what kind of gift Donnie got for his wedding. Pre-wedding, during, and post. I really wonder. I think I'd rather not know. This is about Ghislaine Maxwell. After House Oversight Chair James Comer subpoenaed Ghislaine Maxwell, her attorney David Oscar Marcus tells CNN, as for the congressional subpoena, Miss Maxwell is taking this one step at a time. She looks forward to her meeting with the Department of Justice, and that discussion will help inform how she proceeds. In other words, I'm not going to testify on behalf of Donnie unless you let me out. That's what her lawyer means by that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We got to make sure Miss Maxwell gets something out of this. So she is no hero here, son. Not at all. And this is Ron commenting on this development, which means before she agrees to lie for Trump, she wants an agreement to a sentence reduction or commutation. Maxwell has a lot of leverage on Trump all of a sudden, and she's going to use it to benefit herself. Well, she best be real careful about that, because another guy had leverage as well called Jeff, and he's not alive anymore. And the cameras mysteriously are missing 3 minutes. That came from Bondi and the Reich as well, son, that tape. And the guards just happen to be, I don't know, jerking off at the moment. I don't even know what they were doing. Highest profile criminal on the Glizzobe, son. Cameras don't see for 3 minutes, and the guards don't see jack shit. That's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? And again, that's shortly after a visit by fat-ass Bill Barr. Donnie's DOJ. And then when he died in 2019 of August, or excuse me, August of 2019, did Donnie give you the files then? He was president till January 2021. Didn't give you jack shit. He just sat back. The problem's gone. Isn't that convenient? Donnie must just be blessed, huh? Right, Rubes? I know. On 4chan, they said the Clintons snuck in there and killed him, right? Or Obama, right? You're so lost. Wall Street Journal threw lobbed another bomb here on Donnie today. They're letting him know, we got more, son, and this just the beginning. We gonna ruin you, son. Doesn't mean he's gonna get out of office. I'm not giving you false hope here, but they're gonna have a good time with him since he wants to sue people. Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files. Now, as if Donnie didn't know he was Epstein's best fucking friend. Of course, his name's in the fucking information. He already knows this. But for them to come to him and tell him, and then to leak that shit to the Wall Street Journal, the same paper that posted Donnie's letter, remember? Remember how the letter had a naked woman on the outside of it, so we know what they're talking about, right, son? When they say enigmas never age and every day's another wonderful secret. I don't know, Rubes. I'd get your name off this shit if I were you. I wouldn't want to have to explain this to the man. And what I'm seeing on a daily basis, it's worse than a movie. It's more horrific. And all it tells me is, yes, there's a God. And yes, this is what it is. And there's a reason this is happening. It just sets it further in granite for me by the day. I don't want it to. I don't care what the outcome is. In other words, if it went the other way and started proving to me that there is no God, okay, I can live with that. But it's not doing that whatsoever. It's going exactly how I thought it would go, based on a story written over 1,000 years ago. Again, this is the Wall Street Journal. Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files. So that's bomb number 2 from the Wall Street Journal. And bomb number 1 was motherfucking nuclear. This one a little lighter, but still. They got another leak, the Wall Street Journal. They got another piece of information. FBI Director Kash Patel has privately told other government officials that Trump's name appeared in the files. In other words, Patel was gossiping. Now I know why Bondi sent that letter months ago. I told you before the election, or when we first got in here, any Epstein stuff comes to me. Where's it at? I want it immediately. I said back then when I presented that information to you, when we learned it a week or 2 ago, I said she wanted the info so the shit don't get around due to Patel's incompetence. Information like that is hard not to talk about, especially with colleagues you see every day. It just kind of comes out, man. You can't help yourself. So Patel obviously was whispering in a few people's ears. He was so maybe shocked by it. I don't fucking know. So the rumor mill started, and it's confirmed now by the Wall Street Journal that Patel was running his fucking mouth. It's confirmed now by the Wall Street Journal that Bondi went to Donnie and said, yo, your name's all over this shit. Amazing. Like Kinzinger said, I presented a few videos ago, you keep getting more data points from the man, showing you that you're walking the wrong path with this orange thing. You need to turn around and go back the other way, or it's not going to be good for you. It's already not going to be good for all of us because we got to ride this wave till its conclusion, which is horror. Unspeakable fucking horror. This is Liam Neeson. All this stuff Tulsi Gabbard is saying about Barack Obama is just a distraction because the Wall Street Journal reported Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's today, the Bondi revelation. That she went to Donnie, said, your name's all over it, Donnie. You want us to get rid of it, right? Right. You know what's best, Pam. That's why I love you. Smack her on the ass. She walks out the room. That's how it went, probably. So, yeah, that pitiful Tulsi Gabbard performance, and she just has nothing left inside her, does she? It's so hard to watch her operate. She's given her soul to her, the original cult, the Hare Krishna people, whatever cult. She's given her soul to MAGA. She's given her soul to Vlad. There's no soul left, son. She just an empty shell now. I could tell every time she speaks. And she knows she's on that evil path, but it's too late for her to turn around. She got too many masters. And they would never fucking allow it. Oh, fuck no. Satan's one of them, by the way. There's just nothing left of that woman. I see it every time she speaks. So her up at a podium trying to convince the world in a pitiful attempt. She wasn't even, like energetic about it because she doesn't have nothing left. Convince us that, they got a big scandal with Obama and they're going to prosecute, and don't look at that Epstein stuff. That's not important. Obama's important. Yeah, I wasn't buying it. So one more time, everything Gabbard did today, the whole conference was all just a shitty, pathetic attempt to throw a black guy under the bus, first of all, as the sacrificial lamb for Donnie's pedophilia. And talk about throwing him in jail. Just so you look at the squirrel. You know what the squirrel is? That'd be Obama. And that's not a racial joke. It's a distraction joke. Look at Obama. Look at Obama. Look at 15 fucking years ago. No, I want to see the Epstein files today in 2025. While Donnie's face is extra orange because he knows the whole world knows, the deal. Let me move on. Oh, Ron Filipkowski says Musk was correct. And remember the big chess move by Leon when he didn't get his EV tax credits. He kind of got thrown under the bus, out the Reich a little bit. He'll be back, don't worry. Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Just like a teenage girl would write in a text message, talking shit on one of her friends. Leon is right. It's funny that he worded it this way and said it in this way because that's exactly what we're seeing. The files are not released because Donnie's all over him. Now the Wall Street Journal has confirmed it. Not like we didn't know. Leon knew. And Leon's no hero here. He just wants EV tax credits and welfare. That's all Leon's about. So yeah, it's really looking like Leon nailed this one. That's why they're not being released. It's that simple. That's why they're asking you to look at the squirrel every 3 seconds. And Donnie's flipping out. Stop talking about it. I can't handle it. Well, you handled all that partying with Epstein with the cocaine and the fucking 10-year-olds, right? You can handle that, right, Donnie? Can't handle us talking about it, though. But that's all evil men throughout history. They can handle doing the evil. They can handle being cruel. They can handle being vessels for fucking Satan, wastes of oxygen. What they can't handle is you talking about it. That's what gets to them. That's what keeps them up at night. As long as no one's talking about it, though, they fine with the evil. They fine with it anyway. They're just not fine with you knowing about it and openly speaking of it in their presence. Oh, this is great news. The Supreme Court again co-signing the end of your country. You ready? Supreme Court lets Trump fire consumer product safety regulators. I mean, your kids needed more lead in their diet, right? From all them Chinese-made toys and stuff. It's going to be great. And don't worry, there's no alert system left, and they don't notify us about these things. So when children die because they swallow something that's, under regulation small, or it's got lead in it, or it's got piss in it, or shit in it, or whatever, they put in it to make a buck. Because there ain't going to be no regulations, no watchdog anymore. But, it's worth how many children, Rubes? How many of your children is it worth? So Donnie can grift and get away with everything. Because it's going to cost you some of your children. It cost you a bunch down in Texas. A whole fuckload. Now it's going to cost you with the shitty toys from other countries that will no longer be regulated and checked by the consumer product safety regulators. Why? Because Donnie wanted to pocket that money. I'm sorry your child's dead from lead poisoning because he bit the head off of an army action figure. Sorry. Donnie's grifting. It's worth it, isn't it? At least the liberal's not in office. Think of how great it is. This fucking guy. I'm not going to talk about this long. It's just another example. A guy named Mehdi Hassan, who's a reporter, everyone pretty much knows who he is. He challenged a bunch of MAGA folk, young people, to come debate him in a public setting. They filmed the whole fucking thing. I didn't watch a goddamn second of it. Why? I will entertain no arguments for the devil's son. I know exactly what this is. You may not. I couldn't give two fucks. I know exactly whose gospel you preaching if you defend MAGA, Donnie, Bondi, Levitt in any way. You preaching Satan, I will not tolerate it. I will not hear it. Fuck you. Yell it into the sky, son. This shit, though, what was found out about this gentleman, this was the most famous one, the most evil one, the most cruel one. He sure looks it, doesn't he? So after the debate took place, he put up a GoFundMe. Why? Because he was so evil, cruel, blah, 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 and he knew that. He also knows how stupid you fucking rubes are, just like Bannon and Colfage knew. And so many other grifters, Donnie. He puts the GoFundMe up. He says, I just got fired from my job because they're woke there. And they didn't like what I said when I debated Mehdi Hassan. MAGA to the rescue. Pile that money on evil. It was up to $20,000 last time I heard. Then you know what everyone found out the next day? He lost his job back in January. You fucking apes. Not as a result of this debate here. He scammed you. Straight up. Just like Bannon and Colford. Just like so many others. Donnie. All of them. Every grifter in the right-wing fucking machine. Because it's all a grift. None of it's real. And none of it's Jesus or patriotism. It's just Satan, son. That's all it is. How do I know? Because damn near everyone that puts a GoFundMe up in your movement is a liar or a racist or just flat out evil. This fucker put on a whole performance, lied to you, said he lost his job as a result when he really lost it back in January, and you heap money upon him because he's cruel and evil just like you. Remember the blonde woman? What the hell was her name again? Some weird fucked up name? I can't remember anymore. Who says the N-word to a small child in public and then gets in an argument. Puts the GoFundMe up. She's probably a millionaire by now, right? What are you in essence doing? You're rewarding evil, cruelty, racism, etc. You're rewarding satanic behavior. Every one of you that sent her money. Every one of you that sent this fucking guy money. Yet if there was a GoFundMe for homelessness or to feed the hungry in this nation, you'd laugh, you'd scoff, you'd say, fuck them, right? But this guy, you'd send $100. And the blonde, my God, you'd send her 5,000. Another scammer, man. Just another fucking scam. Every goddamn time. Candace Owens, remember her? $1,500 a minute for video chat with Candace Owens. 15-minute minimum. Son, I read you the advertisement for it. You people are sadists. You love to be marks. You love to be taken advantage of. And you'll preach that gospel as if it's the greatest thing in the world. As a woman, charges you $1,500 a minute for a video chat. As a man who really lost his job in January, lies about it, says he just lost it recently. As a Nazi girl calls a little black child the N-word in public. That's a hell of a life you lead. This is Adam Schiff. Trump told the press he was not informed that his name was in the Epstein files. He did. I saw the video earlier today. Now we learn that this was a lie. He was told by Bondi, his former criminal defense lawyer, and now the AG, time to end the Trump-Epstein cover-up, release the files. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong, Rubes? What's wrong, Reich? You promised to release them. They were on Bondi's desk. 1,000 FBI agents. The whole story. This is the Wall Street Journal, their headline. Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files. That's what that looks like. Wow, the same thing Adam Schiff just said. But he's a liar, right, Don? He tells the truth. This is the New York Times jumping on the fucking bandwagon. Bondi alerted Trump he was named in the Epstein files. Look at that. Wall Street Journal, New York Times. But I'm sure if we asked Donnie, oh, I knew nothing about it. I don't even know what you're talking about. This is a kind of timeline or order of events that a random poster put up. Nothing to see here. Epstein suicide in jail, that's in quotes. Trafficker of minor girls. Brunel suicide in jail, his modeling scout. Guffrey, suicide, Epstein trafficking survivor who was recruited from Mar-a-Lago, who spoke out on record. Yeah, I mean, we gotta wonder when Guffrey dies, don't we? We really do. When Jeff died, my God. Counselor for Guffrey Epstein case heart attack last week. Deutsche Bank exec who handled loans for Epstein and Trump suicide in Malibu. Ivana Trump fell downstairs, former wife of Donald Trump and friend of Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, there's a rumor that Ivana's NDA was up and she was going to start spilling the beans, possibly. I cannot verify that rumor. I tried. So I don't know if that part's true. What I do know is she fell down the stairs, got midsection abdominal type injuries, and died from that, allegedly. Then she's buried on a golf course in the weeds. So Donnie can get a tax break and they can never seize the golf course from him because it's technically a cemetery now. Another purpose, possibly, if there was foul play, is to hide the evidence. Because they can't do jack shit without Donnie's permission. It's his land. And they can never take it from him because now it's a cemetery. Eddie gets a tax break for that. Very convenient. Roy Black, illness, longtime Epstein lawyer, died yesterday. That is an interesting story. Now, some of these men, you know, they were older. Shit could happen. A lot of suicides in there, too. Did you notice that? I think we get the picture. How about this picture? All the women Donnie calls nasty. And the one at the bottom, he didn't call her nasty. I have a feeling that's for two reasons. One, he knew she could ruin him, so he better tread fucking lightly. The other was to let her know you best keep your mouth shut. So Hillary Clinton, Donnie's pointing at her and saying, nasty woman. Elizabeth Warren, Donnie's pointing at her and saying, nasty woman. Kamala Harris, Donnie's pointing at her and saying, nasty woman. Ghislaine Maxwell, I wish her well. Do you notice the difference? It's pretty stark. It's pretty obvious. Why do you think that is, Rubes? Why do you think all these other women are nasty, but Ghislaine, the sex trafficker's girlfriend who literally recruited girls and did much more, by the way, he wishes her well. Why wouldn't he, right? Okay, so someone asked Miss Levitt after after Gabbard did her little performance today. Levitt gets mad at Caitlin Collins for asking if Gabbard is releasing this stuff to boost her shaky standing with Trump. Levitt flipped the fuck out. And she's like, the only people that believe that are here in this room. Blah, blah, that's not the case. Blah, blah, blah. It was so fucked up and cringe. And Gabbard, I didn't even think is aware enough to even be offended by that. And Caitlin basically replied by saying, well, the reason I'm saying this is because of something the Reich said, something the government said. I'm just going by what they said about Tulsi. I guess Donnie not agreeing with her regarding some assessment like a week ago, I remember. I forget exactly what it was. There's so many things. But my God, Levitt flipped the fuck out. Look at her face. Holy fuck. That's a great shot they got. She's pissed. Fucking Skeletor, man. God, to have that life, to leave your dignity just in the fucking toilet and go in front of people that all know you're lying through your fucking teeth and spout those lies and know they know and you know and the world know and everyone knows. Holy fuck. I couldn't do it. No matter how much money they threw at me, I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror. I wouldn't be able to put the performance on in front of you because it's just too disingenuous. It's too Joseph Goebbels. It's just so obvious. It's when the press is yelling at the podium, hey, the sky is blue, right, Miss Levitt? Oh, no, it's purple. Donald Trump says it's purple. He changes it to purple. It's purple. Would you be able to do that? And walk away with your head held high and go cash the check and buy the Louis Vuitton bag? Would you be able to do that? Is your soul worth a Louis Vuitton bag? And a nice house and a nice car and all that? That's the real question, I guess. For Miss Levitt, the answer is a resounding motherfucking yes. Okay, this is Aaron Rupar, the guy that gets all the Fox News clips for everyone, whom you can tip, by the way, if you go to his page on Twitter. He does a lot of work, man. He goes to the trenches for you every day and for me. He sits there and watches Fox News and reports on it all fucking day because it's a straight up propaganda channel. Although they're starting to turn a little bit on Donnie, but that's in their own interest. It ain't for us. So, he watches hours and hours of this footage that I know, I can guarantee he doesn't want to watch. He does it to inform people. He's providing a service. Saves me time, you time, everybody time. Same way I save you time by compiling a bunch of things and putting in front of you. But you can tip this man. It's possible. My reaction to that completely batshit press briefing by Tulsi Gabbard, in which she accused Obama of treasonous conspiracy, is that whatever is... Wait, of treasonous conspiracy, is that whatever is in the Epstein files about Trump must be really bad. Yes, he's making the point that what's in the files about Donnie is horrific by the way they're acting. That's how we can tell. This is a Fox News opinion piece, and it looks like this. Americans should beware of Gabbard's dangerous distraction with revisionist history of the 2016 election. That's Fox News, son. That ain't CNN. That ain't MSNBC. Rubes. And they're, when anyone uses the word distraction lately, we know exactly what they're intimating. They're intimating that Donnie doesn't want you to see the Epstein files because he's all over them. And the Gabbard thing is just theater to make you look at the squirrel. Even Fox News is saying. Fuck. This is horrifying. You, again, are literally paying for your own subjugation, and how dare they, Leon, Thale, and others, Altman, live off of your welfare. It's the only profits that come their way. Welfare from you, which they will then in turn use to subjugate you. 1984 style. It's right around the corner, son. Don't worry, we'll have the Reichstag moment. If the assassination attempt wasn't it. It's as big as the Reichstag moment. We'll have it, don't worry. We've already got concentration camps and troops on the street. We've already got them compiling lists of information regarding you, Doge Leon Thale. It's been in all the papers. Palantir's tentacles spread far and wide. Palantir contracts as of July 2025. Wait till you hear how much welfare Mr. Thale has gotten over the years from you. Department of Defense, $1.2 billion. DHS, $1 billion. HHS, $1 billion. Army, $1 billion. Navy, $920 million. CDC, $443 million. FDA, $44.4 million. ICE, $30 million. VA, DOT, IRS, SSA, undisclosed what they gave a Palantir. Over $6 billion in federal contracts and still growing. Leon, how many contracts did he get in the first 4 months? How many has he gotten over the years? What I told you about these men, or my theory about these men, is true. They survive. Their very existence, as they preach anti-socialism and how horrible liberalism is, in favor of Nazism and transhumanism and Satanism and all that shit. Their existence would be naught, would be nothing without the welfare you give them. In other words, son, let me just say this in real simple terms. You are paying their bills. You are the profits in their businesses. If it weren't for you, there would be no profits. They are pure welfare queens. You know, the black lady you're mad at with 2 kids that's on welfare and rental assistance that won't get an atom's worth of what Thale and Leon get. That's their existence, son. They living off you. Every meal, every bill they pay, every hooker, male or female, that they buy. The only profits in their businesses is the welfare you give them. Otherwise, they would be nothing. They'd have to sell used fucking cars. So when you think of welfare queens, I want you to think first of Leon and Peter Thale. My God, because just those 2 individuals have taken more welfare than all the single mothers throughout history. Yet we demonize the single mothers. We don't demonize Leon and Petey. Greasy Pete. Isn't that funny? In fact, a lot of people idolize those 2. Because they're rich, no other reason. Some contracts not even known. There's 3 or 4 agencies here at the bottom. The number's not even known, on top of the 6 billion. Also, what's your welfare paying for? Your own subjugation. Yes, it's going to that 1984 place. This is the Antichrist. I'm not joking. I wish it wasn't. I wish I was joking. I wish I was fucking delusional. I wish I was crazy. I really do. I wish I was wrong. $6 billion of your money, $6 billion of welfare that we know of. Again, there's 4 more agencies that he's probably gotten contracts from, and we don't even know those numbers. Leon, I don't even want to know what's been given to him over the years. Welfare queens, without the welfare, they would be nothing. They'd be just like you and me. They'd actually have to make a living somehow. This is Congressman Robert Garcia. We just won a forced subpoena of the Epstein files 8-2. in our oversight subcommittee. This will force Chairman Comer to issue the subpoena. This is an enormous win by oversight Democrats. No, it isn't. Why? Because the files have been going around since August of 2019 when Donnie was president the first time. This time they put 1,000 agents on it to get Donnie's name out of it. Whatever we get will not be the real thing. It will be a lie. It will be yet another attempt to make this problem go away for Donnie. That's simple. So whatever we get in the future will never be the real thing. So I have no faith in it. I don't take it seriously. They already had Miss Bondi, and the 1,000 FBI agents have already destroyed it. It's already gone. Whatever we get, lies, bullshit. Not what we're looking for. And although I applaud the enthusiasm and the effort by the Democrats, we're never going to get what we're looking for. I understand why they're doing it, though. But this isn't some huge victory, and we're not going to get all the files now. But again, I applaud the enthusiasm and the effort. Well done. This is a reporter talking to Mikey Johnson. Looks like he just got a haircut. Probably after a visit to the bathhouse. You had to pull the rule because of fear of Epstein votes. That's a reporter saying that. No, we don't have any fear. There's no fear here. No, there's no fear. I will not allow the House to be drug into political gamesmanship. That's not an answer. And he said there's no fear 3 times. You know what that means, class? That means there's a lot of fucking fear. And everything you're seeing right now, every damn thing, is Donnie and the Reich trying to run away from the Epstein shit. What worries me is they need a major distraction, and the ones they're throwing out there ain't working. So maybe they do really arrest Obama or do something like that. Maybe they start a war. This is grating on Donnie. Donnie's not a well man mentally, physically. And when I say mentally, I mean physically mentally and psychologically mentally. Spiritually, forget about it. He's just of Satan. So it sounds like Mikey, again, gave the game away. And when you repeat that line, no, there's no fear 3 times, that kind of says there's a lot of fear. Look, we all know what it is. We're not fucking children. There's nothing to debate here. That's why I will entertain none. They promised to give the files out. They even did a phase 1 joke release with some podcasters. Then Bondi said it's on her desk, and 1,000 agents were combing through it to get it ready for you. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you not to release them. There's only one logical conclusion and reason for that. Donnie's all over it. We all know it. Let's just be honest. This was a kind of weird thing, but it's a good illustration of where we're at with the internet. So many interactions aren't even real people. My God, the bot thing on the internet has gotten just so terrible. And there's a phenomenon that's going on all these websites. Bot views on Spotify, on YouTube, whatever. There's advertisers, there's channels that they want to promote, that they want to get a lot of views. So bots have to go to those things and provide the numbers. Fake accounts that don't exist, not even human. Advertisers think their shit's getting looked at. Creators or content people, they think their shit's getting looked at. Ad money is given based on views, based on a number that bots could provide. Advertisers get statistics that show their ads are being looked at. The website makes money that way. That's what's going on. Let me get back to it. I lost it for a second here. So let's read it quickly. The endpoint of capitalism: fake people listening to fake music to generate free money for the already wealthy while everyone else is cut out completely. Human cultural replacement, not just AI music, but AI listeners too. A fake and fraudulent way for Spotify to generate ad revenue. Who needs humans when bots can click on links and trick advertisers? Indeed. Well, they trick audiences, they trick creators that aren't paying for the bots. I mean, what do we do with this world that's like this, where an AI song is flooded by AI bots, so that channel, whoever fucking owns it, makes a bunch of money for views and ad revenue, all this. What even is that? And honestly, that's what social media has been for a long time, people. That's why I keep telling you, people out there, don't be mad at yourself or down on yourself because you don't get a million views. There's a whole machine behind getting a million views inorganically. Some people do it organically, very rare. Very rare. Most don't. There's a machine behind this. There's a reason so many people don't get a million views and another guy gets 97 million. Nothing's free in this world, son. You got to pay the gatekeeper. Even on this social media thing. I learned that the hard way. I thought I was going to get an honest shot at it. Oh God, did I not. I still am not getting an honest shot. My shit is so teared down from all the shutdowns. That was the purpose of the shutdowns. I'm not circulated like other people are circulated. And on TikTok, after they shut my account down in a month, they don't circulate my videos at all. They just sit there in a little bubble corner of the internet that no one ever sees. That's intentional. Directed at me specifically. Spotify has an AI music problem, but bots love it. Fake listeners are flocking to AI-made songs on streaming platforms, taking much-needed money away from human artists. Yeah, what about the humans? If money's going to some guy that owns 50 bot channels, then the humans ain't getting that money. It's so sad that this is our world now where just everything's fake. And how many of us went on the internet years ago for the first time and we had no idea about all this shit? Public relations firms, foreign governments, mobsters, anyone who can afford to deploy bots, liars, trolls, the fake promotional shit. Little did we know Vlad was financing half the American fucking internet via ad money to YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, every single website, Twitter, every one. They'd be half the size, son, without Vlad's money. That's why he stole it back. So yes, I remember a channel someone found and they pointed it out to me, and it had songs that sounded like Chris Cornell, but they weren't Chris Cornell songs. Now I know what that was. That was a basically music channel. Someone made a bunch of music using AI that sounded like real good artists, established artists. They didn't put that artist's name on it. They put another name. What I didn't know then is that was created with AI. You had a whole channel on YouTube of AI recorded songs, created songs, and fake views because no one knows those songs. So, look at the internet as the entertainment industry. And as you traverse it, you're being manipulated in a million different ways, or they're attempting to. And most of what you see is abject fucking fake. The personalities, the sincerity, any of it. You're not going to find much real here, is what I'm trying to say. The New York Times, Colombia agrees to $200 million fine to settle fight with Trump. So that's the University of Columbia, I believe, or Columbia University, excuse me. And that's more tribute for Donnie, another $200 million right in his pocket. Isn't it great watching all the oligarchy, all the different businesses, corporations just hand Donnie hundreds of millions of dollars as you struggle to get through life? Isn't it awesome? This is Rosie O'Donnell, and I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I really don't have nothing against her either. She flat out said she moved to Ireland because of Trump. I never knew that. I knew she was in Ireland because Donnie was talking shit on her recently. I had no idea it was because of Donnie, though. Rosie O'Donnell on Donald Trump. And here's the video. I watched it earlier and I put the link. I had to move to Ireland because I knew that Trump is a sick, sick man. That's putting it kindly, and boy, is that true. This is the worst human that's ever been in the office, bar none. Rosie gets it. And America, you deserve better. We must demand it. She flat out said, I moved to Ireland because I know how sick Donnie is. He's been obsessed with me for years after I talked shit on him. Told the truth about him. That's all I did. Rosie sees what I'm trying to tell you, what I've been trying to tell you for 10 years, especially the last 7, 8 months, 9, 10 months. You better take this seriously. This is going to that place. So Rosie was smart to get the fuck out of Dodge, because Rosie did not commit a crime. Fuck you if you say she did. She didn't commit the slightest bit of crime. But this is what she knows, Rubes. She knows you people are evil. She knows Donnie's really fucking evil. And she understands that it is very possible that one day he just has her whacked, arrested, whatever. And the Rubes, that's you, would cheer for it. She sees what I see. That this is going to that place. And she took it so seriously, she got the fuck out the country. That was real smart. That's what I've been telling Adam Schiff, the Obama, the Clintons, all of them. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge. He going to arrest you people one day. Gavin Newsom, too. I might resign and just get the fuck out of Dodge. Gavin would be just fine. I'm not joking. It's going to that place. He already arrested a liberal judge right in her own courtroom, son. Where do you think it goes next after that? So Obama, the Clintons, all you people, I know you're powerful. You got the best lawyers. You got a lot of money. You got clout. I know. What you don't know, though, is what me and Rosie know. That's the Antichrist. He may lock you up. He may kill you. He may do God knows what to you. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge. And what that'll do is buy you time. It won't stop him forever from getting to you, but it will buy you time. It's going to that place. Again, they zip-tied and slammed a senator on the ground. They arrested a liberal judge in her own court after they caused a ruckus with massive machine guns. As if she's the fucking criminal. Holy fuck. Hitler would be proud of that spin job, boy. No, it ain't the guys with massive machine guns that are the bad guy. It's the judge. only in the apocalypse, you cunts, that made this happen, would that happen. And don't worry, it'll come to your door too. You think it was going to stop at the liberal judge's door? Oh no, son. Oh no. This is Jeff Epstein testifying back in the day. Funny how orange he is. I'm sure it's the lighting. Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18? Jeffrey Epstein. Though I'd like to answer that question, I'm going to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights. So, when asked, have you and Donnie ever partied with underage girls? He pled the 5th. Simple question. And Donnie is half the question, by the way. He didn't answer it. He pled the 5th. That's the man himself. That's Epstein right there. You said you care about the little children's, remember? On 4chan, on Facebook for like 20 years. You were preaching that Assange bullshit that Vlad gave to you. Like a good rube. Where the fuck you at now? Oh, that's right. You're on Team Pedophile. Never mind. Let me move on. Again, a kind of timeline of excuses. We will release the list. The list is on my desk. There is no list. Obama made the list. Congress blocks list. Bondi told Trump he's on the list. Hillary sent emails. MAGA is here. That last part where Hillary sent the emails, that's where you're at. They pulled out the oldest, greatest hit there is, Hillary's emails. That's how scared Donnie is. He brought up the black guy and Hillary's fucking emails, son. They went to the rube well on this shit. What worked on the rubes last time? Oh, Hillary's emails. They let us walk right over them, and they just clamored and talked about that every day. Boy, they're fucking stupid. Again, how many times does the goalpost get moved? How many times does the story, completely change? It went from the list is on my desk and 1,000 agents are going through it to it doesn't exist. What the fuck are you talking about? The Reich said that. Sorry, I'm gonna hit this button. Again, I told you he was the Antichrist, right? I did mention that, right? Okay. White House rejects Maryland's request for disaster assistance after flooding in May, Governor Moore says. Maryland. What, too liberal? Is that where we're going with this? Liberals don't deserve help? I guess everyone in Maryland's a liberal, right? Fucking idiots. Again, a month or two ago, we had to hear about Sarah Sanders down in Arkansas not getting help after multiple requests. We had to hear about North Carolina not getting help. We had to hear about Kentucky not getting help. Other places not getting help. They're putting request after request. Donnie says, fuck off, that's my money. That's how he views it. That's why he doesn't want FEMA to be a thing. That's his money, son. So eventually, months later, he did give him the assistance. That's only because, again, it was getting hot. The public wasn't having it. Here's another, feel-good story from the Reich. Maryland asked for help. Fuck off. Rod Stewart is even talking shit on Donnie. Rod Stewart, you better recognize. So Rod, I guess it was the end of his show or something, and he walked to the front of the stage with the mic and he said, 51st state, my effing ass. Who doesn't love Rod Stewart? He didn't say the who doesn't love part. That's the commenter. But he said, 51st state, my effing ass. I guess he was doing a show in Canada. And the crowd loved it. They cheered. And, you know, again, that's Rod Stewart. You can't fuck with Rod Stewart. You better recognize. Donnie, my God. Remember when he went on his Middle East tour and he said he's bringing like 2 billion back to America, and then it turned into like 4 billion, and it talked, or excuse me, trillion. Then it turned into like 8 trillion. And I explained to you how Donnie's that guy. That guy that caught a fish a long time ago. And the fish was this big. The first time he told the story. The next time it was this big. The next time it was this big. The next time it was out of frame. Donnie's that guy who even needs to lie about the size of a fish that he caught, as he tells you the story over and over and over and over again. This is a speech Donnie gave later in the day. I don't know what. Oh, this was an AI event because Donnie's all about that now. All the agendas, they haven't forgotten about any of them. The AI, the crypto, the Israel stuff, the annexations, they haven't forgotten about any of it. The roundups, the camps. Don't let the Epstein stuff fool you. They haven't forgotten the other agendas. At this moment, we have almost 17 trillion coming into this country. Do you know how absurd that number 17 trillion is? There's never been a period of time like that. And that's in a period of a few months, he says. A few months. Again, do you know how ungodly of an amount 17 trillion is? And this is the commenter, Aaron Rupar again. The entire American GDP is about 30 trillion. So no, there's never been a period of time like that. And no, that 17 trillion number is not true. That's straight up fucking bullshit. He pulled that completely out of his ass. 17 even, he says. I mean, again, for 10 years, this motherfucker is a shameless liar. Will tell any lie to keep the grift going. My God. 17 trillion. Over half the gross domestic product for the United States. That's a fucking lie. I'm sorry. Just like the 19 trillion he was bringing over from the Arabs. Remember that? Oh my God, the level of lying here. It's just so off the fucking charts. Beyond sociopath, beyond compulsive liar, to Satan level. That level of lying. You know, the father of lies? I guess Donnie would be the son of lies then. Literally. Antichrist, literally. Donnie rattled off at this AI event, and again, this is what he looks like, the blue background, and he's doing the Donnie lean that he practices in the mirror. He rattled off all these different inventions. He's like, America has invented this. Everything you could tell of it, everything you could think of. And he said, we invented everything. And now it's AI. What a way to put it. And my God, what AI is going to do, what it's already doing, what the incarnation that's already here is horrific enough. Donnie going to take it further. And the Reich's all about this. They all about the crypto. They all about this. RFK with the wearable talk. In 4 years, he wants everyone to be wearing one. We have a currency, cashless digital currency. We have an image called AI. Contract went to Altman. Leon's AI now owns your government, your military, all your classified info, and every bit of info about you. And Mr. Thale also has that. So we've got a member of the Reich saying they want us all wearing a wearable within 4 years. Yeah, that's not necessary. There's only one logical other reason, if it's not necessary, why they would want to do it. We have an image being made by Mr. Altman with its own infrastructure called data centers. So we've got the whole package. A currency, a possible mark, and a definite image. And again, that's not when, son. That's not if. It's coming. Donnie's all about it. He's raised billions for it. If Donnie wants it that badly, that tells me the purpose is extra nefarious. So remember, you have an image, you have a currency, you have a possible mark called a wearable. Maybe they'll go a different direction with that wearable thing. Maybe they'll offer a variety, a tattoo you can put on. It's not a real tattoo. It's kind of a stick-on thing. Or a watch. Or a little microchip in between your thumb and forefinger. Could go many ways. Could offer multiple options that could do the same thing. Or maybe one of Leon's wonderful brain chips. I really can't see people lining up for that, but, you know. Gabbard has no answer for why Trump didn't declassify this stuff during his first term. Yes, when Gabbard was at the podium, the reporter asked, Donnie could have declassified all this after Epstein died during his first term. Why are we talking about Obama? Why are we talking about Joe Biden? When Donnie was the first one with access. Gabbard didn't have an answer. She said, I can't speak to that. But, yeah, we know you can't speak to it. None of you can. The Rubes can't. No one can. That's why you got to skip right on over to Joe Biden. Donnie had it first. Why didn't he give it to you then? Same reason he's not giving it to you now. Because he was Jeff's best friend. That's why. Invited him to the wedding. You didn't see. I showed you the picture. The House when I saw this, man, the House Oversight Panel Subcommittee has voted to issue subpoenas to Bill and Hillary Clinton regarding their connections to Jeff Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. They panicking, son. They're going to try and get the Clintons to come in. They really want to put a squirrel in front of you. and have you looking somewhere else. My God. They brought up Obama. Now they're going to subpoena the Clintons. Again, I told you people, they're going to go after these people. And it ain't because Donnie's the good guy. It has nothing to do with that. They're the squirrel of the moment. And plus, that was always the plan, to arrest prominent liberals, liberals in government, liberals in society. That was always the plan. You need an excuse to do it. Epstein's a perfect road to take us further into dystopia. As the rubes look at Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, they look at the squirrel, and Donnie gets away with it again. Ghislaine coming to testify, possibly, if she gets a pardon. Now we're going to bring the Clintons in again. My God, the information out there that will be revealed about Donnie at some point must be so fucking horrific for them to do this. Look, Bill Clinton ain't the fucking president no more. I'm not concerned with him. Donnie is the president. I am concerned with him. If Bill has connections to this, again, if they did a real investigation and they wanted to arrest him, whatever, I don't care. But to throw Bill and Hillary out there in your face now, the Reich, when Donnie's on the hot seat and we all know he's fucking guilty, to our bones we know it. No matter what gospel we preaching. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. That's a joke. Is Donnie going to give a deposition? Because he's the one in footage with Epstein. He's the one in 97 different pictures. He's the one who invited him to his fucking wedding. So I'm more interested in the Donnie deposition because he has, again, control of the nuclear arsenal. And he's our president right now. I really don't want a pedophile as a president. Just saying. But I told you people way back, they're going to go after all these people. That's what Hitler did. That's what these people will do. And Epstein may just be their doorway. And that gets the heat off Donnie, doesn't it? The Rubes clap. Again, this is all going to a horrible place. I wish it wasn't. I wish I was not in this reality. I am not enjoying it whatsoever. So basically, Republicans shut down the House of Representatives for the rest of the summer solely because Trump is all over the Epstein files. That's Ron Filipkowski, and yeah, that's where we're at. Literally, again, and I'm not saying this because I don't like you. I think differently than you. I'm this party or that party. I'm this ideologically, you're this. No, son. That's just reality. Like grass is green. You can't argue with that, can you? Grass is green. It's just fucking green. And they shut down the House. Epstein killed Congress. They shut down the House for the summer solely because Donnie's in the Epstein files. And that's the same truth as grass is green. Doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe. Irrelevant. Again, buried in amendments to the Interior Department government funding bill is a stipulation that the Kennedy Center Opera House must be renamed the First Lady Melania Trump Opera House in order to receive federal funds. So they're extorting the Kennedy Center and saying no federal money unless you make my Slovenian ex-hooker wife. The title. The Appropriations Committee adopted that amendment by a vote of 33 to 25. That's what your tax money is being spent on. So the Reich can take Kennedy's name off that and put the ex-hooker's name on that. Our country is so over. Again, all the things Hitler did took over the arts, science, academia, journalism, all of it. Camps, machine guns on streets, guys in masks or brown shirts. Same exact playbook. When I saw this, I thought racism immediately. I didn't even know what it was, but I just had a feeling. And that's indeed what it is. This was put out by a government account, Homeland Security, with the gray check mark. That means they're government, they're verified, at DHS.gov. A heritage to be proud of, a homeland worth defending, American progress, John Gast. I don't know who John Gast is, but I know he's a racist. I know that. Again, I want you to take this in. This is the Homeland Security page on Twitter, putting this cultural propaganda forth, which is not but white nationalism. In the movie, what was that called? Damn it. The one with DiCaprio and the 5 Points. Something, Gangs of New York. Excellent movie. Although DiCaprio's Irish accent wasn't that great. Neither was Cameron Diaz's, by the way. Maybe they should have got real Irish actors for that movie. But the movie was still good. What they were trying to do with it. I understood what they were trying to do. Really show that time in history. There was a group of white males from Europe that called themselves the natives. They were one of the gangs. The natives, they called it. Probably because they were actually born here. They were, second generation or whatever. They looked at everyone else, including the Irish, as second-class citizens. They threw rocks at them when they got off the boats. In other words, they treated the Irish like blacks or Spanish or whatever used to get treated, even though the Irish had white skin. That's how far the hate went. So these gangs would fight each other, but the reason I'm telling you this is because one of the gangs actually considered themselves Native Americans. When there was already a whole bunch of people on this piece of land called America with reddish burnt sienna skin called Native Americans. Again, only white nationalists can think like this. So what is this picture showing? It's showing pioneers moving west, taking over land. But right here, if we go to the next picture, the person broke it down very well. The part that's circled over here, those are Native Americans, some of them women, some of them naked in the painting. So we're presenting, or not they're presenting the person that made this, John Gast, the whole thing. What they're showing is, what they're glorifying, what they're saying is so great, is the whites taking over America, pushing the native out, who is less civilized. That's why they show them like this. And of course, right in the forefront, what do we have? First of all, we got to involve God in our ethnic cleansing, right? That's what they always do. Hitler did it. Donnie's doing it. They did it back here, too. The justification of slaughtering all these Native Americans. What is the justification? Well, this woman here, the angel, with, I don't know what that is, scripture, I don't know, the Bible, I don't know. But look at the angel's appearance. She's lily white and light haired. So somehow, in some people's mind, they would preach this gospel back then. This is a good thing. Expansion out from Europe. We take over the country. Oh, those pesky people that were already here, we'll just kill them. So I was right when I looked at this and I thought racism immediately. I could just feel it. I mean, let me try and say it more bluntly. They're turning the whiteification of America and the ethnic cleansing and slaughter of another people that were already here into some beautiful, angelic, lily white-skinned, gospel-holding angel. That this is divine. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. This is what should be happening. And I want you to remember, in closing, who posted this? Homeland fucking Security posting straight up white nationalist, racist ideology. Unbelievable. The painter was depicting manifest destiny as good. See the circled part. Notice the Native Americans being driven off of their land. This is the unspoken motive of mass deportations. Get rid of as many brown-skinned people as possible. Them tweeting this proves it. Right. Even I knew, I had never seen this before or heard this quote. I knew exactly what gospel was being preached here the second I looked at it. White nationalism, whiteification, blah, blah, blah. The person that has studied this literally said that, yeah, that's what it is. Manifest destiny being glorified. The whiteification, getting rid of the darker skinned people. Who's that being glorified by, class, right now in the year of our Lord 2025? That'd be Homeland Security. You know, the people sending guys out with massive machine guns to kidnap darker skinned people at Home Depots. And, you know, they grab American citizens too if they don't like the complexion of their skin. A little too dark. They grab them, you know, throw them in the gulag a few days. Then they give you the opportunity to show your driver's license. I'm not joking. Already happened. Numerous times. Because it's about bodies and money, son. It's a racket. You didn't know? You better fucking ask somebody. So, my God, again, Homeland Security posting this. Isn't this just a cherry on top of the downfall of your nation? You think all this hate, evil, racism, Nazism, Satanism, you think this gospel you preaching is going to go to a good place, son? Oh, no. It's going straight to fucking hell. That's the only place it's going. This a Reich, and this proves it. And again, people, when that mark comes, because it's already prepared for you. When that currency comes, because it's already prepared for you. When that image comes, because congregation, it's already prepared for you. You got to say no. No matter what it costs you. Otherwise, it's going to cost you everything. And that is my final message. And as always, people, because I'm going to get going, if you'd like to help, I'm going to put the PayPal at the top of the comment section. Again, I put a lot of work and time and effort into this, and I'm a very tired man. Any help would be appreciated. Allows me to be on camera more. And Donnie's killing the economy. Farm foreclosures are up. Home foreclosures are up. Bankruptcies. Car notes. I just saw that stat today. Holy fucking shit. It's fucking bad for all of us. So again, any help would be appreciated. If you a broke ass and have no money, use it for yourself, please. I ain't talking to you. And I'm not insulting you either. I'm trying to be nice. And I'm trying, I'm not a televangelist. I don't want all your money. Some help once in a while, a little tip here and there. That'd be nice, though. I'd appreciate that. And I'm trying to give you something no one else can, honestly. And with a focus on where it goes, the end game. So again, if you could help out, I'd appreciate it very much. To those of you that have helped, again, you don't even know what you've made possible. Thank you so much. And until the next episode, have a wonderful evening.